What's up, guys? It's Mike Phillips, your new Empire General for Living Legends 7. Okay, a couple questions really quick. When is Living Legends? It is May 16th through May 18th, 2014. It's Living Legends 7. It is at CPX Sports, which is 45 minutes about southwest of Chicago, Illinois. And I think that's about it. Oh, how much does it cost to play? It's $60 to enter, $15 for air, $80 per case of paint. I would average, considering it's 1,000 on 1,000. I think this year it's planning on being like 1,300 on 1,300. I would probably budget at least 3 to 5 cases. Just budget on that. So I would probably say, honestly, between $300 to $500 to play Living Legends and really have a good time and do a ton of insertions. Okay. This video, really quick, we're going to do is going to be on nutrition, on game day nutrition, okay? I want to really talk to everybody about something that's really serious. It really sucks when people drop like flies out there, but it happens. You play a lot of paintball at Living Legends, and it's a lot more than any day you're going to play at XBall. It's going to be a lot more than what most people are used to. You're going to be on the field a lot. You're going to be shooting a lot of people. You're going to be running a lot. And a lot of people that aren't ready for that can get themselves in a little bit of trouble. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is two things that sometimes catch people off guard, which is alcohol and also caffeine, okay? If you drink the night before, which is okay, I love drinking. I love beer, I love wine, I love scotch, okay, I love all that stuff. But if you drink the night before, the one thing you've got to understand is that alcohol, when you drink alcohol, your body needs additional water to process the alcohol that you put into your system. So if you're used to maybe just having a couple cups of water the morning when you wake up on an average day, well, you may need to double that if you have beer or alcohol the night before, okay? One of my favorite tips for avoiding a hangover is gapping your drinks where I have my beer, or I have my whatever, my Manhattan, or whatever my favorite Makers and ginger beer, whatever my favorite drink is at the time. I have my alcoholic drink. Then I drink a tall glass of water. Then I have an alcoholic drink. Then I have my tall glass of water. I wish someone would have told me that secret when I was in college. I had to learn this the hard way when I was an adult, that, dehydration is a problem when you drink alcohol. So, if you drink a beer, make sure that you drink a tall glass of water, and that's just to give your body enough fluids to process the beer. So when you have actually a hangover, usually it's because you're dehydrated. It doesn't, it's a couple other things also, your headache and stuff like that, but most of the time it's because you're dehydrated. So if you drink alcohol the night before you go out party, which is perfectly fine, it's encouraged and it's fun, make sure that you're, including an additional amount of water to compensate for the alcohol that you're drinking. Another thing is, in the morning, a lot of people wake up in the morning, they love having their morning coffee, energy drink, whatever you like to drink. You need additional fluids to compensate for your caffeine intake as well. Caffeine is also a diuretic, which means when you drink caffeine, the first thing that happens is you end up blowing liquids like crazy, because your body needs to process that caffeine. It uses a lot of liquid to do that. So if you're used to waking up in the morning and having 2 glasses of water without caffeine or not alcohol the night before, you may need to go up to 3 or 4 glasses of water in the morning just to compensate for the caffeine intake that you have before the game. Very, very important. You need to really pay attention to this, because one thing with hydration is that you have to get ahead of it. You can't catch up to it. You have to get ahead of it. When you're hydrated, the dehydration is always trying to catch up. So the further you get ahead of it in the morning, the further you can make it through the day before dehydration really starts to set in. It's not uncommon for me before playing Living Legends or any game for me to hit and go and urinate 2 to 5 times over the course of an hour or two, just from the amount of fluids that I'm trying to drink to make sure that I'm just peeing as clear as possible, so that when the game starts, I'm ahead on my hydration. Okay, what to bring out there when you go play? For me, I do not like going to a game like Living Legends or any big game or even PSP without 2 gallons of water. I really like having 2 gallons of water when I go and play. The stupidest thing you could do is show up to the field and just say, well, I'll just buy bottles of water. Okay, those are the people that drop like flies out there from dehydration. You see them, they're seeing stars, they end up getting heat exhaustion, all that stuff. You want to have, at a minimum, I would say at least just have 2 gallons of water, okay? Now, the reason why I say 2 gallons of water is, one, when people see that you have water, they're going to want to drink your water because they weren't fucking smart enough to bring their own. I mean, you're out there in the heat all day. Why would you bring water, right? Makes no sense. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that don't bring their own water, and when they see that you have water, they're going to need to, they're going to want to drink some, which is why I always bring two. Usually at least a third or 2/3 of one of my gallons goes to just handing it out to people that weren't even smart enough to bring their own fucking water. They're dehydrated. They're now seeing stars, and they need water. So I'd much rather give them out of my reserve than out of my own. The second thing is it comes in handy when you need to clean something, okay? If your mask gets hit with paint, if your mask is really blowing up, you can wipe it down really quick, take your gallon of water, pour it over your lens, makes your lens look really, really nice. Also, if you need to wash your hands, maybe if you stepped in mud or something like that. Another thing is, sometimes if paint hits and your sweat mixes with the paint, it gets into your eyes. It's nice to have a fresh gallon of water that you can pour, over your eyes to rinse out some of the paint that might get into your eyes. But for me, 2 gallons of water is great for when I'm out there on the field. Favorite snacks, okay? My favorite snack composes of 3 ingredients, okay? I like bringing out some almonds. I also like bringing out some raisins. I know these are craisins, but whatever. It's basically the same thing. Some sort of dried fruit, and then also beef jerky, okay? The almonds do a really good job of filling you up. They've got carbohydrates, they've got fiber, they've also got protein, which is really important. The raisins or your dried fruit or dehydrated fruit has got sugar, it's got fiber. That's also really good for you. And the really good thing about having beef jerky also, just like the almonds, is that it's got protein, because you're going to be out there all day long. You're going to be using your muscles. You're going to be tearing muscles. You're going to have breaking down on muscle fibers as you're out there and you're constantly running and squatting down. Your muscles are going to start to get sore. It needs protein to rebuild. That's the difference between getting out of bed at 7 o'clock on Sunday or getting out of bed at 11 o'clock and you miss all of Sunday because you're too sore to get out of bed. So these are probably my 3 favorites. Maybe if you don't like almonds, maybe peanuts would work. But I do like having some sort of nut. Almonds works really well for me. For me, I like the golden raisins. I don't know, for the ones that are like golden raisins from California. I really like those. And then also beef jerky. There's a company out there that makes really nice little beef jerky kits. It's called Steve's Original. They're called paleo kits. I'm not trying to sell the paleo diet. I don't follow it that much, but they've got a really nice beef jerky thing where they've got dried coconut, fruit, and they've also got the beef jerky in there as well. So that's an option. Paleo kit from Steve's Original. That may be a possible option for you. But I definitely think having some sort of snacks out there. Now the food at Living Legends is great. They've got great food vendors up there. They've got all sorts of drinks. It's all there, but sometimes it's nice just to have something to reach into your bag really quick, eat it really quick, or maybe while you put it in your pocket, and when you get over to the hospital and it's 15 minutes, you can kind of eat it really quick, drink a little bit of water, and then you're good to go. So hopefully that helps, answers the questions on nutrition and stuff like that. The worst thing you can do is show up there with no snacks, no water, and then you're scurrying around trying to find bottles of water or scurrying around trying to find something to eat, and you're going to lose a lot of time out there on the field. Thanks for tuning in.